What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So Blazers get a hard fought 102-99 victory over the OKC Thunder, who came to fight, man. Ended up holding the Blazers to only 40% shooting, but 3 point percentage is what saved the Blazers tonight. OKC only made 4 out of 27. And Blazers made 17 out of 35 for 49% from three-point land. So that was their saving grace. And the reason why this game was close was free throw shooting. The Thunder had 13 more, and they made 12 more free throws than we did as a team. But we'll go over that a little bit more later. So in the first quarter, McCollum, once again, was cooking. He finished up that quarter with 10 points on 4 of 6 from the field. He had a rebound and assist, but he had 4 turnovers in that first quarter, so kind of had a little bit of butterfingers, but it is what it is. He was still out there steady, making baskets, you know what I mean? And he also had himself a block as well. Dame, on the other hand, had a pretty slow start in that first quarter. He hit a 3-pointer, had 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting, hit 1 of 3 from 3, had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a turnover, and a steal. And that would be his only turnover of the game. So Dame was special tonight. Even though his offense wasn't great, he just hit big baskets at the end of this game, but I'll get into that later. Bazemore, off the bench, scored a quick 5 points. He went 2 for 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, had 2 rebounds, and he was playing really well off the bench for the Blazers. For OKC, Gallinari, he did really well in that first quarter. He went for 7 points on 2 of 4 from the field. He went 1 of 2 from 3, and he had 3 rebounds. So he was cooking in that first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, he was kind of off in that quarter. He went for 5 points on 2 of 6 from the field and had an assist. And CP3 was looking pretty terrible in that first quarter. He didn't have any points. He only took 2 shots. He had a rebound, had 2 turnovers, but he did have a steal. So he was looking bad in that first quarter. But in the second quarter, it was Anthony Tolliver making some steady plays. He hit two big threes. He went for 6 points on 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 3 on 3-pointers, had 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. So he had big minutes whenever he was in the game. He also made some key shot-altering plays as well. So he was big time in his role today. So general salute to Anthony Tolliver. CJ McCollum, he ended up finishing up the second quarter with 13 points. Kind of cooled down a little bit, went 5 of 13 from the field. Still was at 3 of 6 from three-point land. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He did have another turnover in that quarter, and then he still had that block. But Skal Labissière was big time. He ended up having 7 points on 2 of 3 from the field, had 2 rebounds, an assist, a turnover, and a steal. So he was big time in more action. He actually got 21 minutes today and had a team high in the plus minus, but I'll get into that later. For the Thunder, Gallinari kind of fell off. He had a made 3-pointer, but finished up with 10 points on 3 of 7 from the field. Goes 2 of 4 from 3, had 4 rebounds and a turnover. Dennis Schroder was keeping him in the game with his crazy play. He went for 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting, goes 0 of 1 from 3, had 2 rebounds, a turnover, and a steal. And then Chris Paul kind of picked it up a little bit. He made 1 basket at the time, but he got fouled on 1 by Hassan Whiteside. So he was hitting some free throws. But he went for 5 points on 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, had 2 rebounds, 1 rebound, an assist, 3 turnovers, and a steal. In that half, the Blazers only shoot 38% from the field, but OKC shoots even worse, 35%. 3-point shooting was key in the first half. In that first half, the Blazers had 8 made threes on 42% from the three-point line. And then OKC was only 2 of 14 for 14%. And like I said, what kept it close, OKC had 7 more free throws, and they made 5 more than the Blazers. So that's what kept this game real close at 49-44. The Thunder in the third quarter, they start getting defensive. This was definitely probably one of the worst one of the worst third quarters of the season for the Blazers, in terms of just like not being able to make shots and whatnot. But yeah, they go 25-19 in that third quarter to pull within 1 for the Blazers. Bazemore was still cooking. He had 11 points on 4 of 7 from the field. He went 3 of 4 from 3. And then Schroder, he had 17 points, so he had a little offensive outburst on 6 of 16 from the field, 2 rebounds and assists, 3 turnovers and a steal. And then this is where the magic happens. In that fourth quarter, once again, Dame Lillard just cooks in that fourth quarter. He just understands what the game is about, you know what I mean? Like, he may not have it in the first half, maybe not even in the third quarter like he did tonight, but he ended up hitting 3 consecutive 3-pointers in that third quarter, or in that fourth quarter, to help the Blazers just pull away late. He also had a season high 13 assists, and then that 13th assist was over to Rodney Hood for a key big time 3-pointer in the corner with about 30 seconds left to go, and that pretty much was the dagger for the game. Let me see. He also had 7 rebounds, so he almost had a triple-double tonight, man. Dame was just special, man. And this is one of them seasons where it's going to be a very special season if Dame continues to play the way he's playing. And also, CJ McCollum, he didn't shoot it well either, but he was making timely baskets as well. At one point, helping the Blazers go on 4 consecutive 3-point makes late in the game. And CJ was the one that started it off. And Dame was the one who actually got the assist for that as well, because he was just wheeling and dealing tonight. Like I was saying, Scalabrine had a team high plus 13 in the game. So he got 21 minutes tonight. And like I said, if he gets more minutes, he's going to do more good than he did bad. Yeah, he had 3 turnovers, but he was playing hard. He was mostly in the right spots on defense. He made real good contests whenever he was around the basket. So general salute to Scalabrine, man. He was playing hard. And then Hassan Whiteside, he had a pretty good game today. He went for a double-double with 12 points on 4 of 9 from the field. He goes for 12 rebounds, had only 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So he was definitely a lot better than the other night as far as like offense and defense. He was better all around in this game for sure. For OKC, Nerlens Noel, man, he probably had his best game of the season. He had his first double-double since like February of last year. And he goes for 15 points on 6 of 7 from the field. He had 14 rebounds, had 2 assists, 3 turnovers, a steal, and a block. So he was just active because the big man Steven Adams didn't end up playing tonight. So I think that hurt their bench a lot without having Adams, because Nerlens Noel was just so active, and the way he goes against like the second units a lot of times, he probably would have helped them get this game even closer. But that's neither here nor there. Like I was saying, like I've been saying in this video, the threes saved the Blazers tonight. They made 17 at a 49% clip. And then OKC stayed in the game by just shooting 13 more free throws, and they made 12 more than we did. So that's pretty much how the score was what it was, because neither team really could hit that well as far as two-point baskets. I mean, the Thunder did a lot better in that department than they did from three. But they only shot 39% from the field. And then Blazers only shot 40, so it was just a battle. CP3, his numbers looked a lot better. He ended up finishing with 21 points on 5 of 10 shooting. So technically, he would have had 11 points because he made 1 of 4 from 3, had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but he had 4 turnovers and 2 steals. But he ended up attempting, I believe, the most free throws in the game with 11, and he made 10 of those. So that's 10 points right there, just from the line. So his stats are a little bit misleading, but he did have a solid game. I do give him that. His game was pretty solid, but it's not as good as what it seems. And man, the Blazers just got in super early foul trouble. They got in the bonus within like 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. And I'm not gonna say nothing about no refs or nothing, but man, it's just like from game to game, just how you can defend, how you are allowed to like advance the ball, the traveling. It just seems to change a lot. So I know it's still early in the season, but everybody will start adjusting to what the refs like and how the players can manipulate the refs and whatnot. But yeah, man, it was just foul central a lot of this game. It definitely helped out the OKC Thunder, that's for sure. But so they just ended up attacking the basket for the rest of that quarter, and it was working pretty well. They were getting some good offensive rebounds, which they had 13, and they beat us in the rebound department by 6. But they had 18 turnovers, only 2 blocks, had 8 steals, had only 15 assists out of 33 made baskets, so that's not too great. They went 29 of 37 for 78% from the free throw line, 4 of 27 from 3, and 33 of 84 from the field. The Blazers, they go 34 of 86 from the field. They go 17 of 35 from three-point land, and then they have 17 of 24 from the free throw line. Of their 34 made baskets, they get 19 assists. They have 49 rebounds, 9 of those offensive. They get 9 steals. They have 7 blocks and only 17 turnovers. So, like I was saying, man, hard fought game. And I know the Blazers are going to be happy to be going home this next game because they don't play again until Saturday at the Moda Center, but it's against the 4-0 76ers, so I definitely look forward to that matchup. And then OKC has the Pelicans on the same night, Saturday, in Oklahoma City, so they probably are going to be in a dogfight in that game as well. But other than that, excellent game from the Blazers. OKC Thunder, they're going to be a tough out for a lot of teams. They're going to win some games that they probably shouldn't be winning yet because they got so much young talent. But this is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all.